it's time to go beyond plus ultra for Boku no Hero Academia.
We didn't forget. We're just late.
Yeah, um, schedules have,
Scheduling.
yeah, it's been very, very insane this week, and it's Friday when I'm
Fuck you. The
recording this.
normal time that you want to record, you gotta work. Fuck you.
For several days in a
In a
row.
row. Yep.
And last Saturday, you had something going on, so we couldn't have recorded then.
Nope. I had my own thing going on.
You said you did have a chance to check out the timestamps I sent you.
No, because you sent them to me like earlier today, and I did not have a opportunity to sit down and like page through them. So I can neither confirm nor deny that you're trying to get some sneaky snake points here.
But for anybody listening here, it's season 6, episode 15, our review. At 26 minutes 32 seconds, we start discussing Lady Nagant, and about a minute later is when I first make my guess that she could turn her limbs into various firearms.
Which you are not 100% correct on.
Right, and that's why I say if I am, well, when you listen to that and do confirm I did say that, will you give me partial points?
Oh. We'll find out when I get the chance to look at it.
Ooh! Tune in next time, which will be in like a few days.
Unless you put these both out at the same time.
I don't know. So, All Might, he's driving along
He
when,
goes boom.
yeah, and some thugs jump out.
Mm-hmm. Wait, hold on a minute. I just want to see something. Okay, yeah, that's weird. I just noticed this.
Yes.
So when we like open into this episode, it looks like the car that All Might's driving is running into the grenade. Whereas when we last saw him, the grenade was coming by the passenger side window.
Mm.
So I don't know if they decided to change it for some reason, but the consistency's gone.
Oh.
So yeah, no, it's not the passenger side door now. All of a sudden, it's the front of the car.
I wonder how the manga went.
I would be curious, unless this is like a second one that went off in between, but I
Maybe.
doubt it.
Maybe.
He would have
And
reacted with something else, like grabbing the phone, like you did.
since this is based on a manga, there's always the very slim chance that these two scenes happened the way they were in the manga, and Horikoshi kind of forgot.
These would be paneled one right after another, basically. Also, I feel like this is more the anime being like, yeah, this is what happened before. Since, we got that in like the first 2 seconds of the last episode, I think. And then All Might was just gone for the entirety of the rest of the episode.
Well, you said that these would be paneled back to back, but maybe.
No,
I'm
no, 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 no. I was thinking if they were two separate grenades, I would think they would be.
okay, okay. But maybe the scene with All Might, like the first explosion, happened like well, like 3 chapters back,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's like, okay, let's go back to All Might.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is either Horikoshi mixed up and forgot which direction the grenade was coming from here, or
A second grenade.
well, two other options, or a second grenade, or someone who was working on this episode was not communicating with the guy that was working on the prior episode,
Mm.
so it's coming from different angles.
But I would assume, since this is based on a manga, they would have the manga somewhere within arm's reach just to glance at, maybe.
It's true, but sometimes they do change angles to be more dynamic.
True.
the other thing that could actually, I scratched that thought. I forget what I was about to say. That's fun. But yeah, I think it could easily be miscommunication. It could be someone being like, "Oh, this is a better angle," or it could just be straight up Horikoshi had two grenades going on or forgot in between the chapters.
Mm-hmm.
Two grenades going on though is, I would say, more unlikely because All Might would have done something in between. We see him grab the phone almost immediately after this explosion goes off and like yell to them that Midoriya's the target.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he would have done that after the first one.
And the thugs are saying, "Oh my god, it's All Might. Wait a minute. This weak guy isn't the All Might we know. The old All Might is long dead."
Mm-hmm.
And All Might uses some variant of Dark Shadow and just terrifies them with his presence.
Nah, man, this is Conqueror's hockey from One Piece. Just your sheer force of presence is enough to make them quake in their boots.
Conqueror's hockey?
Yes, hockey is a power set in One Piece.
Oh, okay.
There are like three main variants, some of which, as you get further along, have variations on them and combinations. But the three main ones are observation, armament, and conquerors.
Does Luffy
Conquerors
have hockey?
He has, I think, all three. Most people only have one, a handful have two, and then people like Luffy have like three.
Is it because he's the main character?
Oda has said Luffy is his favorite character, so you take a wild guess, buddy. He's also got what is not the gum gum fruit, but a god fruit. So, you know.
So God Gum Gum?
Take your guess. Like, the god fruit has basically made him into a rubber hose character and the ability to turn things around him into rubber hose dynamics. Quite literally, the Auga eyes that you would see in like a Tex Avery cartoon happen in One Piece to Luffy.
Huh.
Literally, it has become a rubber hose comic whenever he goes into that mode.
Oh my god, it's like, since I've only seen like maybe less than 50 episodes of One Piece, maybe a little bit more, but it just sounds like it's gotten so much more intense and crazy with like the sheer level of power Luffy has.
Which means all the others have to start doing some crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
To like try and keep up with that. Like, hold on. Let me get you like an image of some of the shit that happens. Let's see here. Nope. Open image in new tab.
And then we can go back to Boku no
Yeah,
Hero.
then we can go back to the real reason we're here.
Sidetrack is what we do sometimes.
God fucking damn it. Why is this so hard to get like a large format picture of this? It's annoying. That one might work. Like, let's see. Open a new tab. All right, let's slap this one into the Discord for a second.
What?
He's using a dragon as a jump rope.
What?
Also, how's that one grab you?
I don't even know what I'm supposed to be looking at. It's
He
like
got smacked in the back of the head with a big spiky club, and his face just molded into the shape of the club. Like a ridiculous cartoon.
oh my god, Oda, why? What? When? Where? And how?
I don't know, because he felt like it. I kind of feel like that's the answer to a lot of Oda's shit when it comes to this ability. Because, I mean, like, he's breaking every single law of physics with this now. Oh, here, you'll like this one. So, just as a preface here, right? The big old dragon ate Luffy. Okay?
Okay.
And this is what happens as Luffy tries to get out.
What? Oh. So Deku is fighting Lady.
We're just gonna ignore that now. Okay.
So Deku is fighting Lady Nagant.
Yeah, that's a thing that's happening. After All Might just conquers hockeys these guys.
And Deku's like, oh crap, she has airwalk.
Yeah, he realizes pretty quick that she's able to change her position. Actually, before we start jumping into this part, there's a section that I was confused by.
Okay.
So when Deku gets caught in the back, right, on that first shot,
Yes.
he's flying around, it's doing great. All of a sudden, he gets caught in the back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we see him, like, I don't know, deflect the one shot almost, because we see it spinning in midair. And he starts dropping from, like, the sky. But for some reason, he's missing his mask all of a sudden, and I don't know what happened to it.
I did not notice that. Does he have his mask again in later points?
No, it's gone. I don't know how he loses it, though. There's a second shot, but it looks like it doesn't hit the mask.
Oh.
It looks like it hits his side. So I don't know what happens between that second bullet and Deku suddenly not having his mask.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm like, wait, where did his mask go? What happened? Why does he not have it now?
So, since she can move through buildings, or like through the spaces between the buildings,
Yeah, there you go.
yeah, and it's harder for Deku to do that, meaning she could sneak up on him, and the closest
It's not even that. It's that she can continually change her position.
and
So unless he can get close to her, he can't really deal with it.
which is bad because the closer she gets, she can shoot on instinct rather than predicting
Having to plan where he's going, yeah.
And the closer she gets, the less time Danger Sense can react.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't me that realized this, but they're turning Deku into Spider-Man.
I mean, he's not technically climbing on walls.
Yeah, but he does have the Black Whip web swing and the Danger Sense Spidey sense.
He doesn't really need the Black Whip for web swinging, though. He's got float.
Kind of? Yeah, I forget where I read that. It may have been on one of those clickbait websites that's like, hey.
I mean, yeah, probably. I mean, he's got powers that could be similar to Spider-Man, but like Danger Sense is almost the same exact thing. But I'm sure there's a bunch of other heroes that have similar abilities.
Yeah.
Not to mention, how many other fucking abilities there are in anime that are just, oh my god, I can sense the enemy. He's so strong. Just feel his power level.
Dragon Ball Z, cough, cough.
Yeah, there's that. Bleach.
Probably One Piece going back there.
I don't know that they can unless someone's actively doing something. They can't just passively sense it. Whereas, like with Bleach, I feel like that was you could always sense it, and Dragon Ball Z, of course, you could, unless they were actively suppressing that power level.
So Deku starts making his smoke screen, and
blast the smoke. They just can't see me.
Yeah, and is it N who's the smoke screen guy?
Yep. I
Yeah,
believe
he's
that's
like,
his name.
Hey, you're making too much smoke. The second you pop out, she'll be able to spot you. And Deku is going to buy time. And
So
when I saw this, I'm like, oh crap, I'm losing points. Yeah, because I said anything more than exactly 3, and I will respectfully not accept points, and I'm wrong, because he is, like, squatting or something?
Yeah, he's like doing squats.
by building up energy somehow, which will get put in later. And I'm just going by my notes here, and I said it's the second or third guy because I didn't know at the time that says, hey,
Hmm.
you're not on that level yet. You're not ready to use it.
He's
But
also never used this quirk before, so
Deku does use the third quirk, Fajin,
yep, which sounds Chinese.
which makes me think everything else is in English or translated as English because I'm not 100% sure if everybody else's quirks are said in English.
Here's the thing: it could also be that this guy is from China.
Oh.
Like that could be his original point of origin and where the quirk was originally named.
Oh, good point.
Although there are things like Raijin, which is Japanese, which is like Lightning King.
Hmm.
So perhaps Fajin is not, is in fact Japanese and means something. Not sure. It's probably something King if Raijin is anything to go by.
Yeah. Wait. Rajin and Fujin. Rajin and Fu. I think that yeah, Final Fantasy VIII's lackeys. Okay, never mind. Random thought, sorry.
Oh, I found it. Apparently, it is a term used in Chinese martial arts, particularly the, I'm going to butcher this, but Neijia martial arts such as Xingyin Quan, Tai Chi Chuan, Baguazhang, Bakmei, and Bajiquan. It means to issue or discharge power explosively or refining the explosive power, and is not specific to any particular strike method.
Hmm.
So yeah, okay, so it's basically named after this technique that is just means like an explosion of power.
And it
Okay.
apparently is performed after doing a repeated action?
No, it's just the explosion of power. I think this is the justification for where it comes from in Boku no Hero.
But it is
Like for instance, what is it? The like mythical 1 inch punch, for example, is an
yes.
example of this. But yeah, that's apparently the where the name comes from. Which, hey, I was partly right. It is Chinese inspired.
Oh, and I just looked it up on the Boku no Hero wiki, and as confirmed in the episode, it is activated upon doing repeated movements.
I mean, obviously, Deku's activating this at willingly anytime. Otherwise, anytime he decided to do squats, this would just start triggering immediately.
Right.
So it's not something that's just gonna kick in whenever. This is actively his choice to turn it on or off.
Yeah. But he needs to do repeated movements
Yep.
to activate it.
So here's what I'm curious about, right?
Yes.
Could he just have that on all the time? Like, could he get up in the morning, do exercises, and have that charge just the entire day? How long does it last before it dissipates?
I don't know. And would there be any drawback if he held it?
That's the other thing. Yeah, would there be any kind of drawback for holding it for too long? Maybe if you fall asleep, it would just automatically release, which could be very bad for anything around
Yeah,
you.
or if you like are twitching in your sleep and
Uh,
you don't.
see that would be more unlikely, if only because of the way our brains work. It like kind of cuts our body control while we dream. Otherwise, we'd be flailing around whatever we're doing in our dream, we'd be doing in reality.
Oh, so we're not dogs that are like running in our dreams.
I feel like dogs have the same thing, just not as fully as ours were, because it's less, I would argue, less dangerous for them.
Okay.
For us, we'd be like, you know, you start getting into a fight with someone, you're throwing punches out and either breaking like your fingers as you punch walls or wood or whatever's around you, or like,
Knocking over your lamp.
yeah, knocking over your lamp, breaking the other shit around you. Let's not even talk about if you share a bed with someone.
Mm.
Like, you start having a dream and all of a sudden you're slapping your significant other in their face.
Honey, what's going on?
You wake up with them in the morning. Why were you slapping me? I was slapping you? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Why didn't you go sleep somewhere else?
Hey, they could be into it.
Hey, look, man, I'm not king shaming, but like, I feel like most people are not going to be into that.
Okay. So Deku sends out decoys
Yeah,
somehow?
he uses dark whip or black whip, whichever version of that you like, to shoot out different parts of his costume. Which
Okay.
his mask is included there at some point, and I don't know where the hell it went. But my biggest question is, it's not a hood anymore. Like, it's torn. It's not connected to his costume, so I don't know how he still had it on or
Nani?
where he had it.
Nani?
But yeah, he uses that to figure out where Lady Nagant is, and then using Fajin, launch himself literally through a building to get close to her.
And like he basically tackles her?
He grabs her, yeah, I think by the shoulder, by the one arm, yeah, the opposite arm of the sniper rifle.
And then she pistol whips sniper whip the sniper stabs him?
Yeah, she like rotates her body so that her back elbow is ready to face him, and jams the sniper rifle back out after she had retracted it in prior, and kind of just kicks him away that way.
And she has speaker bullets?
They said she can make a variety of bullets, so arguably that could be decoy bullets, right? Like, you shoot something in there, it starts making weird noises and it freaks people out before you fire the second shot.
Yeah, because she starts talking about her tragic backstory.
It's kind of weird because he responds, so I'm like, okay, so that's both a microphone and a speaker. Interesting.
Yeah, and the villains were working with heroes to earn the heroes' fame and money.
So wait, is this where Vigilante comes in?
I am not
You think this is the
sure.
first nod to that series?
Potentially, because I let
Or you
me.
called it something different last time, I think.
That was the American title for it. I forget what the Japanese title for it is.
Also, I think I want to get some points here.
Yes.
Because I believe, and this is probably seasons ago, I called that Midoriya was going to have to tear down, like, the gray in between everything. Of, like, people falling through the cracks and shit.
Known as Boku no Hero Academia illegals in
That's
Japanese.
it. That's it.
So maybe this was tied in to, or like a slight nod to it, because I don't have a release date. Oh, okay. August 2016 to May 2022. And I am pretty sure this arc happened in the regular manga during the run of Vigilantes. So, for all we know, Lady Nagant popped up at one point in Vigilantes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know the story of Vigilantes, but maybe this has nods to it.
Could be. Um. Anyway, I want points.
Okay, I will give you points if you will give me points later.
I need to double check, but if you're correct, then you will get partial points.
No, 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 no. This is about something different.
Oh, then can I have points for something later on too?
Okay, if you say it and I do confirm it, sure.
Okay. I'm trying to remember because I thought of it and now it's gone out of my head again, but it'll hit me when we get there.
Okay. So, Lady Nagant is saying, I forget what she says, but it's like, hey, you're a hero. You're a hero, save people. I'm gonna shoot Overhaul.
Oh yeah, we're skipping her entire like sad backstory
Oh,
of
oh,
just
oh.
like
About how she was a hired gun and had to kill heroes.
no, she was killing people before they did anything wrong.
Oh, yeah, because some civilians were framed and then heroes would capture them for money.
I forget if that's the exact terms I had.
That's how I had it.
All right, I'm not even going to argue at this point just because I can't find the exact pinpoint location of it on the timeline.
And she eventually got fed up and killed the chairman.
I think she might have been on the verge of a mental breakdown too, considering she had to have her like professional face in public and then like the secret bloody murder face, and
Okay,
it was starting to like flash in between.
did you watch much Sailor Moon in your youth?
Yes, because my cousin was into it. However, I don't remember much of it.
Okay, because the one young pink haired girl reminded me of Usagi's daughter from the future, I think she was?
I don't fucking know. You're talking
Okay,
about Mini Moon, but I have no fucking
yeah.
idea if that's accurate or not.
Yeah, but I forget what her civil. Yeah, I think her civilian identity had like the little hair puffs like Usagi did. And just for some reason, the little pink haired girl made me go, oh, there she is.
You're like,
Just
where's
for,
that moon that's supposed to be on her head?
just for whatever reason. By the way,
Hmm.
Ray is best girl in Sailor Moon. Okay, moving on.
I
Um,
have no opinion because I don't remember it.
okay. So you can't argue, so therefore I win.
Wasn't she also like the Tsundere though? From what little I do remember.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
I feel like I might have hit the nail on the head there with that silent treatment.
according to Karen, if there was a tsundere of the group, it would be Ray.
Hey,
Uh,
I got it.
and this is when I was like 12 or something before I knew what tsundere was.
The curse is real.
Yes, somehow it is.
The
Uh,
curse is real.
so,
Even back then, you had it.
so she was going to fire a bullet at Overhaul, and Deku combines a few quirks. Fajin.
Actually, to bring this up, what she actually does is overload or whatever she called it, her rifle too, to do that.
Yeah, because it's like grotesquely malformed.
Yeah, like you're seeing what looks like veins and shit in there, as well as like I don't know, muscle or something to like I guess speed up the shot. It looks way more organic than like mechanical now.
Mm. But Deku combines Fajin, Black Whip, and all for one. I mean, one for all, 45% to make a faux 100%.
Well, you also kind of skipped over a little bit here. We had like a little bit more background between Nagant and Chisaki before they got there,
Mm.
where he's like the only thing he wants to do is see the old man. However, Nagant's deal was, hey, you're going to tell me about the kid because apparently you know him, or at least have dealt with him before, and then I'll take you to him once I take care of that. He's not too happy because he's like, I filled my part, I did my thing, and you still haven't taken me. What the fuck?
Yeah. So Deku saves Overhaul,
Mm-hmm.
and he has some Fajin left in the other leg.
Mm-hmm.
And he uses
Yeah,
a
it
fall 100.
catches up to the bullet too.
Yeah, like
Like,
overtakes the bullet.
yeah, actually overtakes the bullet.
Which shocked Lady Nagant.
I mean, it's a fucking sniper rifle. And it was fired at like with their full force behind it. So, yeah, a little shocking.
Yeah, because
Also,
like
we don't know what kind of bullet she made. It might have been even like an even faster round in general. Not to mention whatever she did to the rifle itself.
yeah, and Deku was telling this brief story about like how All Might would outrun bullets.
Yep. All the kids in my I don't know if they ever said in mine if they said specifically about him outrunning bullets. But he goes like everyone in my generation knows the sight of All Might rushing over faster than a speeding bullet. Not outrunning one, but faster than a speeding bullet like that.
Oh, okay.
Just straight up taking the Superman line.
Then again, I don't put direct quotes in here, and I know you and my subtitles are different this season, so.
I mean, I'm also like flicking through the timeline as we're doing this, so.
So he uses another full 100% Manchester smash and smashes her gun.
I don't think he even hits her gun. I think it's just straight up the shockwave.
Oh.
Because as she's like turning to the side, the gun still seems in one piece. It's not until a second later that it cracks to pieces. If he had hit that, it would be gone. There wouldn't be anything there. It's just the shockwave.
Oh. Okay, then you are totally right there. You are totally right there.
Mm-hmm.
And she loses focus and airwalk fails, causing her to fall. Luckily, Deku saves her.
Yep. And
Hey.
in fact, starts trying to talk to her and bring her over to their side.
Hey, I know you weren't trying to kill me, because if you were actually trying to kill me, you
Or
wouldn't
Chisaki,
be
'cause the
aiming
bullet
for my
was off.
legs.
Yeah, or Chisaki because the bullet was off.
Yeah. And I know you still have the heart of a hero.
Uh-oh, change of heart. And then
Points for
my
me!
points for me!
Points for me?
Did we both call this? I don't remember you calling it. I said he would have all for one would have like a backup plan.
Well,
of like some kind of thing to force her into it, if not,
I phrased it as you might have said this in one episode, and then
I think specifically when we had the flashback of her getting the quirk, getting airwalk, and I'm like, he's totally going to have a backup plan.
Yeah, I
didn't know what it would be specifically, but I figured there'd be some kind of backup plan in case she didn't make it. Not she didn't make it, but that like she failed the mission, or to keep her doing the mission.
Yeah, and I said and I think my phrasing was, does he have a contingency plan? Like, is there?
Okay, so points for both of us because we both are calling this.
Yes.
All right, I can live with that.
Okay, and I did not know I don't even remember you saying this.
I definitely did. Like, if it wasn't to make her do it, it was a contingency plan, like you're saying. I said one of the two. Because, I mean, what reason would she have to actually, like, do what he says?
Yeah. So...
why not just take airwalk and just fuck off?
So I'm just wondering, what is the purpose of a self-destructing quirk?
I don't know. Ask Electrode or Voltorb. They do it all the time in Pokemon.
Oh
I think
yeah.
I think there might also be an argument for this might not kill you normally, but considering the battle damage she's had, she might not have like had the stamina or like the vitality or whatever to survive the explosion.
Okay.
Not to mention, like, I'm sure there's some kind of support gear that would help as well.
hmm And she was saying that.
Or, sorry, I'm going to cut you off a second.
Okay. Fair
Or
enough.
this might be a quirk that the doctor himself may have developed.
Oh.
We don't know. We know he's able to duplicate them. For all we know, he might be able to create his own based on others.
But wouldn't he be making super strong quirks in that case?
I mean, it depends on what All for One wanted at the time.
Mm,
Like they were combining quirks into Nomu, for example.
yeah.
But like, if you want a Nomu that can just Cybermen their way in and grab someone and explode, and just turn everyone into Yamchas,
Mm,
there's an option there.
yeah. Backup arrives and it's Hawks and Endeavor.
Hawks with his tiny little wings.
Hey, I can't really fly here.
So he
Endeavor,
can fly exactly.
Endeavor, do something. It's raining. I'm like low power too.
No, Endeavor had already left to go and grab Chisaki from the rooftop.
Yeah, but I did find it a little bit funny that Endeavor is like, it's raining.
That's
This
why.
sucks for
That's
me.
his excuse for why he's like slow to get there. Like why the fight's already over.
I don't think that's the real reason.
Are you trying to say that Endeavor doesn't want to help? Or that he's lazy?
I'm just saying that he's making up excuses because he's supposed to be the number one hero, and he can't just say,
Oh, so you're saying he's protecting his own ego.
kind of.
Okay. I
Kind
might
of.
be able to buy that a little bit. Although I find it harder to believe that he'd let Deku die over his pride.
Okay, but he does have an ego, though.
I mean, at this point in his story arc, I don't think the ego would get in the way.
Okay. So if he would really honestly say, sorry, I got held up, I was running late, I'm sorry.
I think he would.
Okay.
I think it might depend on who he's talking to at the time, but for the most part, I think he would.
Oh, so you believe the rain is really the cause of him being late?
I believe that's the case, yes. However, like, for all we know, this is just a way of Horikoshi bringing up a joke
Okay.
as to why they're slow.
Oh,
You know, it's hard to say.
okay. But luckily, Deku is there to save Hawks, but
Barely.
he's low on strength too.
Well, gee, just had a massive fight, and he's used like a faux 100% twice.
Yeah, but luckily, the two of them, in their weakened condition, is enough to safely land.
Mm-hmm.
And we find out that Lady Nagant was told to bring a target to Hirobi Woods. Is that what it was?
I believe that's
Okay.
that's what it was. In 2 months' time.
And apparently,
John, I'm curious. I'm curious, actually. Now that I'm
Yes.
thinking about this, how is she supposed to keep him subdued for 2 months?
And apparently, a few other people were told the same thing.
A few other ones, which might have included the 2 that were attacking All Might. We don't know.
Mm.
But yeah, we don't know if she's going to survive this. Doesn't seem likely, but there is a chance. That said, Deku might have snapped even more at the fact that he's also failed to save someone.
Yeah.
Because now he's hammering at unlocking 100% at the end of this.
I don't think he's okay.
I don't believe him when he says he's fine. Also,
Yeah.
before the end of this episode, Chisaki gets dropped off with Endeavor, and he's like, I need to apologize for Boss. I need to apologize to him. And Deku just looks at him and goes, remember Eri? You can say the same thing to Eri. Then I'll take you to see your pops. Which is fair enough. That is a fair enough statement.
Yeah.
You have not truly repented.
Unless you apologize to Eri.
Unless you can turn those feelings toward Eri. He's still only self-centered.
And I forget, did he kidnap Eri, or?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe he kidnapped her.
So he could use her quirk for something, or?
Yes.
Ah.
He was gonna like reverse age the boss, I think was the plan.
Okay. I do remember that now.
Also he was deriving the quirk killing drug, I think, from her as well.
Oh yeah.
I think he was also getting that from her quirk.
But next time, Deku is completely fine.
He's fine. Cool, he's fine.
He's fine.
Trust him, he's fine.
It's
There's
not...
really not a lot in the preview here, really, to go on.
Yeah.
Other than that, it looks like he's going off on his own, maybe, to try and unlock 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like maybe All Might's not happy about that. Like, you're not ready for this, maybe.
Yeah, but don't worry, All Might. He's fine. He even says
Totally
he is.
fine. Although it's interesting considering the next episode's titled Friend, so I'm like, what does that even mean?
How much of Deku will we cover?
Why do I want to say Deku's not going to show up until the last 2 minutes of the next episode?
And all the scenes of him were from the final 2 minutes.
They've done it before. They'll do it again.
Until next time, we'll catch everybody later.
See ya.